Top 6, slowly getting to the top 8 even. Winner of this match does go to top 8, which already has Flash Midnight face stab. We saw Flash Midnight take out Eskel earlier. Witcher and Yurga. We saw Yurga, and we know Witcher 3rd place in the playtest tournaments. Very strong player. And then a lot of good names. I see Godspeed Thunder around a lot. We see Stack Overflow a lot, but Banana's put in a fight there. Just a lot of things. It's one of those things where it's like, I know some of the names, but that's just who's active in Discord, and that doesn't necessarily equate to being better than one person or a next, or how things are going to turn out on any given day. So we're gonna see how this goes as we hop into this game between AutumnRainn and Ness. And if either of you are watching the stream, please do not. Once again, friendly reminder.
Attention.
Okay.
Just don't forget about the Yurga versus Kushak.
No, I'm gonna keep that up there forever. And AutumnRainn with 2 N's.
Intriguing design.
There we go. Alrighty. So we don't necessarily...
Exterior matchup.
Percussion bumping.
Yeah. Wait, what matchup?
Exteriors.
Yo, and they're in the freaking Thunderdome part of the map too. Let's go. Down here at the... Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, okay. Looking at some of these questions though. What do you guys think about Blindsider? I like using him in my X rush, but I've seen some other people that think he's not that strong.
I think cost-effective wise, I think he's a lot better than Antios early game. So if you're going to have him, drop him early game to be used.
Mm-hmm.
He puts on a lot of pressure, especially if you have your 0 Cinder. So he gets his plus... he gets up to 4 damage, plus he gets fast. So if you can drop him in front of your opponent, it's really, really good. Contrary to like Antios, where if you drop him early, you're going to have to use Cinder to try to get your damage, then potentially not being able to drop a new unit. So, Asili first, so Blindsider first, and then Antios later game.
Yep, and we also have another question from Apreche. What do you think are some of the best synergies between units? Units really want to have the board together. I think the classic one is that, and they're both Cholek. It's both kind of in the design. Blindsider, Xlali, and or is it Drum Dancer? The Drum Dancer and the Blindsider.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah,
The pummel.
Very, very strong. Burn the Cinder. You get 8 damage with the pummel from the Drum Breaker. And it's pretty strong, pretty good. I also think Quetzali and Extiliar.
Another good one.
Quetzali unlocks Extiliar even more than Crankbait does. You just can get right up in their face, do 5 damage. So strong.
Use this wisely.
And depending on what you're doing, especially with Astra, if you're using Neko Wall, you can use it like the medical recall. So if you already have like a switchback or a shrapnel that you used your boost morale, so if they only cost 1, you can use your rapid fire to do 6 damage, use Neko Wall to pick them back up, you drop your switchback again, use your into the reach, and then you do an additional 6 damage. Kind of like what you do with medical recall if you had it.
Yeah. Yep. I also, what's the other one that, I think I saw this one. I believe it was Grissy did this one against me. Beatrice Enforcer blocking off an angle for a Florio. So now you can't get close to the Florio. Beatrice is in the way.
Mm-hmm.
But that's speaking of Florio, we see that Florio has been in the game and it's kind of wiped out what AutumnRainn's been able to put on the board. That said, Orbital Strike fixes many things.
Mm-hmm.
That is, oh my gosh, were there 2 Shields of Hope on that Chuck and Co? That's so tragic. Oh my goodness.
See, sometimes I'm kind of unsure of when the best time to use an Orbital Strike. Because sometimes whenever I think about it, like, is it best used in this situation where it's early game? Or would you prefer there to be a couple of more additional units and maybe some extra chip damage?
Chip
damage.
Dippy damage.
Tip damage, yeah.
Flip damage. Plink damage. Wait.
Mm-hmm. So sometimes I like to hold on to that stuff, even if it's a little bit later, just whenever the better opportunity kind of comes up,
Teach these words
if it ever
a
does.
So, oh man, there's that Florio, just such long range. This is a rough spot for AutumnRainn unless they're able to, no Cinder. They have the, is that a crosshair out on the board? But, oh wait, it's not their turn. That's what I get for checking chat. AutumnRainn is in a rough spot though, unless they have something good in the bridge. It's gonna be tough for them.
slice and dice.
It's a blindsider, but the drum dancer drum dancer's gone.
Everything's so far back because he knows that just with the Florio that he can kind of like fall back and just do damage.
Yep. An Extilier that
considering-
doesn't go forward? What is this? Charlatan!
Love it.
Kapow. Did it hit?
No.
We'll never know. Oh, no. Oh, man.
I'm the crucible.
Yeah, again, winner of this goes to top 8. It's just a very... This is a very rough spot for AutumnRainn to be in. We keep saying it, but the reason is that Florio is going to be so hard to move. Blindsider's out, but that's only 4 damage. It could be taken out by use of all these different pieces to just kind of hit.
It's
Oh,
almost...
look at that paint job, though. That's what we're respecting here. Fun fact, if you hover over a unit and press control. I like the cinematic view.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, AutumnRainn.
And now technically he could use the Florio just to kind of get rid of them. But he's decided to
I
use
think
it
just
on them.
keep going at the Extilier because why not?
Well, here's the thing. If you can do that, that's 4, 6, so 9 damage he can do next round if he doesn't take out.
Yep. Chuck and Co finishes the blindsider.
Yeah, so that's 9 damage, and then you just fall back, and then he's stuck at 3 health, and then you just orbital strike in the end because he has no healing so far. Or well, he has blink. Sorry.
Choosing to go for the crosshair instead. I can respect it. You know you have board state on your side. You don't want to give him the opportunity to just kind of bum rush you. Again, is AutumnRainn one of the ones with the Quetzali? This is why I like Quetzali so much, and I think it's almost necessary for Extilior lists because you're just there. You are right there. Drop it down. Immediate effectiveness.
You are a distraction.
All right, there was one more question from chat from earlier that I think we missed. That we missed. That's very important.
Many
Sure.
ways to fight.
We need to wear name badges. Well, I'm Sarah Cruz. That's my voice.
Sick Nick, this is my voice.
Yeah.
Yes, plan.
It's been a while since we introduced ourselves, but to answer Spud's question there, what do we think about the distinct lack of fish?
I mean, that's a very good question. I don't think I care about the fish.
Wow. So, this is
The only fish I'd ever see is with the plank.
I mean, I see fish in the crates of the smuggler stuff.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Oh, that's got armor. Toxoid's not going to do anything to it. But AutumnRainn's in an interesting situation. Oh, okay, I see what's going on.
Yeah.
I lose track because I can't see the
Use
mouse.
this wisely.
Not AutumnRainn. Ness finds himself in an interesting situation. Both players do have orbital strike, but the health advantage is on
I forget nothing.
AutumnRainn here. And as we head towards these bigger Cinder moments, as the game evolves, we could see AutumnRainn kind of make a comeback here with that health advantage. Brain hard, cast long.
When you call,
Yeah,
But,
yeah. I
but
hear ya.
basically, it's like AutumnRainn has preserved their health, and with a Torian, some of these attacks aren't going to be guaranteed. And we also have these orbital strikes coming in. This is what we get when Ness. Remember we talked about like Ness could chuck the Florio into the Extilior, and then
Yep.
just didn't.
And
this
so much.
Oh, but I mean, Torian's just dead from the AoE.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even need to plink. Just Sword of Justice.
Yeah. Sword of Justice would do the trick.
Yep. All right. Big think coming here from Ness. But yeah, I think the Sword of Justice. Oh,
going to need a steamy bath.
I wonder if they couldn't. Interesting to not see them go in to try and get the double whammy.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things like watching this game is Ness being able to go for the kill or push their advantage, go for the extra damage on the opposing Extilior, and AutumnRainn being able to stick in the game because they haven't just kind of finished the job as
I
it were.
am warning you.
Yep. He can still kick, right? He's going to kick him away? Or is he just going to, like,
I think just let him come.
keep pace?
My path is clear.
I think they know the damn. It's gonna be dicey. AutumnRainn wins if they crit on this turn.
Time to battle.
Oh, there's the plank.
Hey there.
This is interesting because AutumnRainn, yep, drop this.
I am in control.
Oh, that was so many shields on this on Ness's Extilior. Looks like we're fishing for crits here.
Do what I must.
We're shield.
I don't think he
Okay.
can hit anything either.
Yeah, that's probably game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah, because
7.
Trucking Coast 2, Extilior's 5, Florio's 3.
A righteous battle.
You gave me.
It was really close. I think Ness gave. Now if that had missed, that'd have been wild.
That would have been really good.
I think they still
Oh,
lose because
GG.
Chuck will just chuck him for 1 extra damage. But
Yeah.
I do think Ness could have finished that a lot sooner. We talked about how it's like you have the board advantage, take the damage on the Extilior, kind of picking off the crew. Taking out Toxoid was important, of course, because you don't want that to kill your Florio. But I think they could have done a lot more to hurt. They could have taken a little bit more opportunities to hurt the opposing Extilior, but playing very careful, utilizing the Shield of Hopes to make sure there wasn't a chance to come back, but still, it was really getting kind of close to there at the end.
Yeah, I really did.
But Ness took game 1.
Mm-hmm. Extilior versus Zax now.
No Astra.
No Astra. Some people have been doing the stance of, like, not wanting to play Astra.
Until you have to.
Mm-hmm.
In that's going to be in the best of 5. I mean, respect to them not wanting to do it. It is an option there. No shame in using it, by the way. I mean, it's in the game.
Yes, exactly. All right,
But it also lets us see, I mean, something to keep in mind. Zax and Extilior games, whether they're mirrors or against each other, that's the way the rest of the captains when the Cinder Curve's going to feel like. Let's keep in mind, like, the way Astra accelerates other units onto the board, that is not the
We
norm.
must do this.
not at all.
Okay, fun nitpick time. I would like to. I'd like the Extilior to go up instead of down here.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You get the hard cover. You also get to go through the thing you couldn't go through before.
Yeah, I know. Oh, what a blessing.
You get. To,
I don't know how many times that's killed my Extilior just because I couldn't move through it.
Yeah, that was for those of you who weren't in playtest. Extilior could not move between the rock and the flowers. I also like the sticking your ground out here. We don't know what their board is, but we're watching them hold their ground here. Use that hard cover.
So much to burn, so little time.
Pyro. Oof,
Yeah,
I
so let's
love
take a
that.
look at their rosters here, actually, because we have this ability.
I am in control.
So let's see here. AutumnRainn. What a solid tag. We've had some good tags.
Mm-hmm.
So in this Extilior lineup, so it feels to me to be standard. You have Blindsider, the Drum Dancer. We have a Deadeye and a Crosshair. Jailbreak to keep people in place. Everyone has Maximus. Snareling. Oh, I put it as Snareline. Hilarious. Snareling is there to things to keep people in place. Ataria to kind of help with the range stuff. Torian and a Toxoid. That seems like a pretty standard Extilior list to me. Like a lot of standard pieces.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a big fan of maybe taking out the Deadeye or the Crosshair for a Quetzali. But
Yeah.
on the side of of Ness here. Wait, I just read AutumnRainn's Extilior list. I am the dumb. The Extilior list from Ness has an Antios, which is far more interesting to think about because we talked about how Antios is actually a good cheap late game unit.
Yeah.
At Pyro, Blindsider, Chuck and Co, Florio. Wait, Ness just won with Extilior. You know what? No, I did it right. I did it correct. AutumnRainn's Extilior list is the standard one. I don't know why. It's been a long day so far. We've been streaming for 4 hours. Give me a little bit of grace here. My apologies. Zach's roster for Ness has the Antios and Axel. We see the Stitchy out there, a Detonia, and a Florio. I get the feeling Ness likes their AoE.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so too.
Blindsider, a Maximus, a Shrapnel, AoE,
Love it.
Stitchy, a Tipu. But now here's what I want to see. They have a Taria, so I want to see the Taria meet Shrapnel, the double. Boom.
Oh yeah, that'd be so nice.
That's so fun.
Oh, by Pyro,
But okay.
Taria going up now against Stitchy.
Yes, indeed.
Be brave.
That Extilior really hasn't moved.
I mean, he doesn't necessarily need.
Yeah, he doesn't have to, but it's just funny to see.
Defense first.
Oh man.
Go, go.
Yo, get him, Stitchy.
Yeah, it's kind of. That's fun.
Oh my
nice
gosh.
crit.
The crit.
Falls back. Stitchy's going to take 4 damage, but then. Oh, there's the
All right,
Florio.
so we see Stitchy gonna take some decent damage from this Taria being. Oh, Taria's burning, and the Florio is out. AutumnRainn liking that Florio?
See, now here's like the thing that I.
Or Ness liking the Florio. Jeez.
Like the AutumnRainn falling back right now.
'Cause
Like it's
Florio
such a
can
hard
move.
decision.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Florio
it can
can
move,
still
and now
move.
he's going to go into a corner.
Okay, pushing him away. That's one way of doing it. See him fishing for a good angle here. Yeah, it's probably his best one.
That is why.
But at the same thing, he can just use Vortex Beam to bring him back to where he was if he wanted to.
True.
Like a lot of things that he can do. Or he can bring in the 2 units and just bombard them.
Hold them off.
See, he moves directly back. Just out of range, though.
Oop.
That's still.
Ness
I
won
think
game
that's
1,
still-
right?
Yeah.
Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Ness won game 1, though, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, because Ness is currently the Zax.
Yeah.
They did the Extilior Ditto as honorable individuals. But we can see, that Vortex is really good. We can see why Ness chose to do that. Get Extilior where you want and just playing with that AoE that all the pieces they brought to the table bring to the table.
Florio just needs to get a smidgen closer.
I'll hook you up.
Opting to draw. I like it. Develop the board instead. It's so tempting to sometimes just keep chucking Florio bombs all the time that you're just burning yourself on Cinder that you could use to develop the board.
There you go. That's a good bomb.
Tell me why.
Because it stops him from going through.
Ah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. Though I think jailbreak here is interesting. You get if the jailbreak can reach the Zax. No, see jailbreaking Zax I always forget. Never works. Zax just bombs them away just a little bit.
Yup.
Now I've seen some clever use of jailbreak where you put them right up against a wall so they don't get pushed back. So you're at least forcing the Zax to use something like the grab disc.
Yeah.
Strategizing.
Has to waste a shot just to clear that mine.
So what is AutumnRainn's way back into this, you think?
Actions cannot be.
Right now
Because, and it's not like, yes, the health is even, but this board state, they have the Florio to get through. They have a Taria that's going to rapid fire
Always much to consider.
the Zax.
I think what needs to happen is I think he did a good choice right there to kind of like keep them in place, but I don't know what he was.
They said,
But
poor AutumnRainn said the no emote when they realized the jailbreak
Yeah.
to get both of them. Oh no. People,
So-
emote more. We need more emotes. Not to be rude, but because they're fun. It's
So what I would like to see is like he's going to have to use like corrosive particles. So what I would like to try to see is for him to try to like somehow get the Stitchy McPatchy closer to the Zax and everything, and use corrosive particles and use a sort of justice. Ooh, well, rip.
So they use the Cinder from Floria. They don't get a reinforce.
Mm-hmm.
You
But
mentioned
now
they have the
he's
corrosive
just
particles,
going up. Yeah, now he can't do it because now he's blocked off.
But they have Displacer. So here's what I think the play is.
Cool under pressure.
Crosshair takes out the mine. You have to burn the shot for that. And you use the displacement to get either Stitchy or Zax where you want them after taking out the mine. Spin to win. You zoink one of them out because of the corrosive particles. Oh, I like this too. Corrosive. They should corrosive first. Because corrosive, I think, hits all three.
We must do this.
I see what they were looking for, but I think what they could have done is use the displacer to put Stitchy or Zax in the kill zone for Extilior.
He should just go over there and he should use sort of justice and then shoot him down with
Yeah.
the crosshair. Get rid of that, and then you have to focus on getting that Florio.
They're at least going to get the Deadeye. They could have at least gotten the Deadeye.
Think they'll cry?
They
Yeah,
probably
that
could have
was
got
an
him
interesting
earlier if he
decision
would have done like the
because
3.
They could have taken... The Stitchy could be dead right now.
Yeah.
And that changes the dynamic of this game pretty hard. Your Extilior, we know Extilior could get up to the blinds, to the Taria, and to displace the... Actually, yeah, corrosive particles, all of them. Use the crosshair to have gotten the mine out of the way. Move your Extilior up to the Taria, and then use the displacer beam to put the Stitchy into you. You do your spin, and you bomb probably the Stitchy just to make sure it stays down. So you do 4 damage to Taria and a dead Stitchy.
Yep. And now this crosshair is going to be dead.
And yeah, instead now you lose the...
Oh, okay.
That was like, what?
We're like, no.
What?
Land that.
Huh?
Oh man. Yeah, I feel like
You
if
know, like-
that Taria was dead earlier, this would be a little bit better of a situation.
Yeah, if Stitchy was gone, like, it totally
Yeah.
is different. That said, I see a potential spin to win.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel as good though,
On guard.
and they gotta use their energy well here because they do want to spin, or they could just be trying to develop the board. they got some good pieces to bring themselves back into some shape in this game. Their captain's still pretty healthy. Both people have 6 units in the wing at the moment. The biggest thing is they're at that unit deficit, and they're stuck in this corner trying to keep finding their way in.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why I like Displacer or Vortex with Extilier. Not to move things out of the way, but to more move things closer to Extilier or move Extilier closer to them.
Yeah, and I find I have a tough,
Got a problem?
like in this circumstance, it seems like he wants to drop Torian, but I don't think that the Torian is a great
We will hold them
unit to drop right now.
Oh.
So I'm glad that he didn't.
Wait for the burst from this Vortex and the Florio nonsense.
Yeah, like you can do that, but like if you drop the Torian, he's just gonna take 3 damage just from being dropped.
Mm-hmm.
So like he needs to be closer to the Florio or to other units and all that kind of stuff to do anything whatsoever, because he's just gonna die no matter what, because he can't miss. He can sit back and bombard the entire time.
Oh.
That was a nice miss.
Step 1. Operation X going to give it to you.
Yeah, but that Tarja is
Step
gonna
1
go
complete.
up. He's gonna do that.
2 tries. Huge.
I would have moved up. What do you have to lose?
Okay, hear me out. Forget the rest of them. Displacer Zax into Extilier. Spend your Cinder correctly. Get Blindsider up. You do 3 + 1, 2 + 1. That's 7. 5. You do 12 damage on his Zax this turn if you play your cards right.
That'd be nice.
And then a Torian next to the Extilier.
Thank me later.
Like, if they Corrosive and Displacer...
Oh,
I think
that's
they,
good
I,
displace.
think I see what they're doing. Does Extilier reach? I think they needed
Like
to
he
get
might
Zax in.
reach.
And again, this is what we're talking about. We should be. I think we should have seen way more crankbaits and way more Quetzales in these lists.
Yeah, they would have been nice.
Like, imagine if they had a Quetzale, just boom, hello.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually really curious where we see that only 4 Extilier lists have the Quetzale.
Stay in shock.
That was nice.
Bad example.
But again, like,
So defensive.
when is he going to use the corrosive?
I'm curious how many have crankbait. Yeah, a lot of them have crankbait. We just haven't seen it dropped yet in our games, at least today.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of crankbait in these lists today. 25 lists have her, to be exact. And again, it's just, we could have, in the time between the last corrosive particle we suggested where we could have taken out Stitchy, they would have had another one. It's just interesting usage of the ship assist. But I also, too, see what AutumnRainn's trying to do. Slowly work their way. That Toxoid's in position to finally take out the Florio. Their Shield of Hoping to keep themselves alive. There's a lot of stuff that they've been doing to kind of keep themselves in this game. Because otherwise they'd have been dead a lot sooner if they weren't playing as careful, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But I think if Stitchy just kind of like stays there, I think the Flurry is going to be alive for 2 rounds, unless if.
The Torian can make its way to it.
Be brave.
Yeah. So
Either way, let's talk about some positives here. Ness has been, playing around this Florio very well. They knew their win con. Keep bombarding. They know their win con, I should say. Just keep bombarding. Keep chipping away at these pieces that we see. Oh, that's so sad. He could just barely not reach. That we see AutumnRainn dropping onto the board and just kind of keep that distance. Play keep away, which is what you have to do in this matchup almost. Especially if you're not bringing too much melee threat to bear as the Zax player.
okay, so with where he's at right now, Autumn, You can maybe spin attack, then randomly attack the Stitchy McPatchy, poison the Florio, use the
I am in
Torian to kill the Florio.
Torian doesn't get to melee range. I think.
Oh, he doesn't?
I don't think so.
Okay. That's what I thought earlier as well, but
Always
I mean,
must
that might
consider
also work.
Okay, so have to make those decisions. And in their defense, it is a tough decision right now they're having to make.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
My eyes on you.
I would. They didn't want to have to take the melee damage. I can respect that. They didn't want to have to take the melee damage in return, get the Torian. We'll see how it pans out. I do like putting the Torian next to him. Gives you your best chance of survival. I think that was very smart. Ah, good grab. If this grab disc.
If they
Yep.
try, they'll fail.
Yeah, there's a target.
Yeah, and
Oh,
that's
so
gonna
good.
be it most likely here. 88% chance. Yeah, well
Oh,
played.
Jeez.
There was a lot. There were a lot of good opportunities that could have been taken that we talked about extensively by AutumnRainn, but he did a
Yep.
good job staying alive, which I think is another important thing Extilier has to be able to do in the Zax matchup.
Yeah, I find it like whenever there's a Florio that's dropped, I think that in almost every circumstance, you need to just be able to push up as much as you can to get to that Florio sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm.
Because every round, like even if you can't drop a unit, that's 3 damage. That's always going to be happening to, a couple of your units at least. Because it's
Yep.
hard to kind of keep them so separated on some of these maps, especially if you need to push up.
Oh man. Okay, wait. Who is Darius Hart is Ness? That's right. Okay.
All right. Well, that's going to be it